I believed if we haven't created a place where the sort of leader of this organization can talk about this, then like I don't even want to work at this place that I was part of
Right.
building. So it's very deeply intertwined. I guess the Cole's notes is, I really believe in the power of building from lived experience, while I also caution that like we have to be careful when we do that too, because it can be harmful to our mental health. It can be.
So in your book, you talk about a scarcity to abundance mindset, basically going from a mindset of there's not enough to a mindset of that there's plenty. You want to break that down for us?
Yeah, it can be misinterpreted for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, like the way I see that concept is like when I build something, I have to almost believe that I can do it, even if I can't, because otherwise I'm going to give up. Like it's that energy. Like if I were to start today and believe like there's no chance I can do this, I'm going to prove myself right. Like I'm more likely to prove myself if I start with the mindset that I can't do this, being like, I believe I can do anything until practice and hard work prove me wrong. So really that's sort of the broken down version of it, is that like it's the same for breaking. Like if you see a move that's impossible, what are the steps? Maybe like what's in between this and that? Maybe it's this. Like maybe it's like if I don't know, talking about like power moves, for example, like if it's like a one-handed air flare, maybe it's the single air flare before that. And maybe it's, hopping on a hand or whatever. Like what are the tangible things that are possible that would move you towards that piece versus just starting with this can't be done. And a lot of the times in nonprofits, especially in the nonprofit sector, people sort of live in this can't be done mentality, or I've tried and it didn't work, so no one else can do it. I think it's easy to do blanket statements like that versus saying, well, I tried it at this particular time in this particular way, but I was on a different floor. So maybe if I do this on grass, it'll like, have a different outcome because it's bouncier. If I do this on, one of those gymnastics floors, it'll have a different outcome because I can really get that sort of push off. Or if I do it on a hardwood floor, I'll get more spin. So I really think that context is really important, and learning. And I think that's one thing that I don't take for granted when we built Unity, when I break, and even just, when I try to push for something that I believe to be optimistic, is like having a learning mentality, which is like self-reflection, being like, I did that wrong and I can admit it. And that's the hardest part, is being like, I did that wrong and here's what I gained from it, So it's hard because you got to face your ego. You got to be like, okay, I kind of want to say like I'm the best and like I got this, but like the better version of me is being like, who can I surround myself with who will give me like actual constructive feedback and disagree with me? Not because I'm going to fight with them, but actually because I need people like that in my life to tell me that I'm full of shit, or like, I'm wrong, or challenge the way that I do something so that I can like really think about it. Because otherwise you sort of surround yourself with people who sort of gas you up with your own sort of BS, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like you'll never be wrong because you're surrounded by, yes people. So I really, it was annoying because I'd get people around me who would always say, I disagree with that, or, I know you're being lazy or whatever, but it's the type of annoying that I wanted in my life.
Right, right, right. Now, the last thing that I want to ask you is, now, first off, where can we get the book?
Oh yeah, well, specifically for the breaking community, because I'm sure people out there are, who are listening are from or part of, some form of dance community, breaking community. Like you can get it off my website, but which is buildingunity.book.com. But if you just want to read it and you can't afford it, just email me and I'll hook you up. Like no, I swear, like the first people that I want to be giving this to are people from the community, and I'm
Right.
serious about that. I put a lot of my heart into it to build it and write it and get it out there. But like, if it's between you buying it and not reading it and, getting groceries this week, whatever you got to do, like, just drop me an email. Like, I'd love to share it with people in the community. I'd love to hear what you think about it. A lot of the philosophies that we've talked about, but many, many, many more are in the book. And like, it's not perfect, but it's something that I feel is my truth. Like I've looked at it since I wrote it about a year and a half ago, and it came out this September, but I still am proud of it, so to me, that's a good sign. Even going through a pandemic and all the, hecticness that the world has faced in this last year, like, I'm still proud of it looking back that this was written before the pandemic. So like, please hit me up. Like, I'd love to have a discussion with you. I mean, I love the fact that you're doing this and hosting these chats, because, there are people out there who are, looking to connect and feel connected. So, hit me up. I'd love to chat about it.
No doubt. Well, there you have it. Beyond the Cypher, Bboy Piecez, episode 13, Brick by Brick. We're going to use this scarcity to abundance mentality to further our culture. Is that possible?
Yeah, we just, it's the hardest thing to do, to drop, our egos are part of our defense mechanisms, especially in breaking. So that's one of the hardest things, to face it and look at it and be like, okay, which parts of this ego are useful to me and which part of this is like kind of hurting me and keeping me down. So it's hard to do. It's hard work, but it's so worth it, because you can really, egos serve a great purpose in life. They're actually really important. They protect us and they move us forward. But there are parts of that, if you can really have the courage to face it and look at it and be like, that's not really serving me or my community. I need to challenge that way that I act or that I am. And I'm still doing that to this day. So, I'd only say it if I was practicing it.
Piecez, Toronto, Maximum Efficiency crew. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time. And in the future, the world is a crazy place, man. Maybe we can talk again, because there's always going to be another issue. And with your expertise, man, you always have something to add to the conversation and to the culture. And we appreciate you for that, man.
Would love to carry on, keep talking. And again, if anyone wants to check out the book,
boom, Building Unity.
Check that out. It's got some little B-boy characters.
Yeah. No B-boy should be building an organization without reading Building Unity. No doubt, man.
Nice to chat. Peace.
Peace, man. For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Let us know how we're doing in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash the notification bell. We appreciate the love and support so far. Peace until the next episode.